Hi everyone, Tina Killerin here. Thanks so much for joining me for our short on time tips. This is episode number 1 where we talk about meal planning and meal prep. Now believe me, I am not one of those people who spends hours on a Sunday meal prepping the entire week. Who has time for that? I don't have time for that. But I will tell you, I probably do spend about an hour on Sundays meal prepping for the entire week. But before you get to meal prepping, you actually do have to spend a little bit of time meal planning what you're actually going to eat during the week, right? So here's how we're going to get through meal planning and meal prep in a short amount of time, just so we can save you your sanity, reduce your stress during the week. Because I don't know about you, but for me, when I hear, "Mom, what's for dinner?" that totally stresses me out if I haven't had a chance to think about it. So I eliminate that question and I eliminate the stress by having my weeks planned out. Okay, so here's what I do on a Saturday morning. Now again, you don't have to do this on a Saturday morning. Just find 10 minutes sometime during the week where you can plan out the following week's meals, okay? So for me, it's Saturday morning when I'm drinking my first cup of coffee. I sit down, I pull out my notebook, and I pull out my calendar. I look at my calendar to see what are the nights when I have those crazy nights where I'm working, my daughter's at practice, my husband's going to be working late. What are those nights where I'm not going to have time to really cook? Those are the nights where I'm either planning to use my crock pot or it's a leftovers night. On the days when I'm not working at night, or we tend to be a home night, those are the nights that I plan on cooking. So I kind of break that down based on the week, and I look at what's a crock pot meal, what's a leftover, and when are the nights that I can cook. I think about what my family likes to eat. We're big chicken eaters, we're big pasta eaters in this house, and I usually throw in a pork dish in there too, pork or beef in there too. So I'll go ahead and I'll schedule out my week based on that. Now, for breakfasts and lunches, I want you to keep it simple. Pick 2 breakfasts that you like to eat, 2 lunches that you like to eat. Plan that for the week. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. You can always swap out your breakfasts or your lunches next week, but keep it simple. And from your meal planning list, I want you to create your grocery list. Now remember, when you go to the grocery store, stick to your list. Stick to your list. It's going to help you keep things healthy and help you keep on budget if you keep to your list. Now here's what I do on Sunday. On Sunday, I spend about an hour in my kitchen or so. And usually what I do is I have things going all at the same time just to condense my time. I'll put eggs on the stove to hard boil some eggs. I will wash and rough cut up some vegetables and some potatoes. I'll throw them on a pan, olive oil, salt and pepper, throw them into the oven. While the eggs are going and while the veggies and the potatoes are in the oven and the eggs are on the stove, I go ahead and I cut and I clean up some chicken. I take out my big griddle. Now, most people only think of using their griddles for breakfast. They think of cooking their pancakes on a big griddle. My electric griddle, because it's big, I can cook a huge batch of chicken all at one time. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cook up my chicken on my big griddle, so this way I can do it all at one time and I don't really have to worry about it. And usually by the time everything's all done, it's about an hour and I am good to go for the week. Okay, we usually plan on having some salads during the week too, so I might cut up some lettuce as well and just put it into an airtight container and throw that back into the fridge. Believe me, I'm not a huge fan of spending hours and hours and hours meal prepping, and I don't want you to be either. I want you to be really effective and efficient with your time, and that's what this series is going to cover for you. Short on time tips, because I know as a busy mom, we are all short on time, so I'm going to bring you really quick little tidbits during the week, so this way you can condense your time and be really efficient. Let's reduce the stress in your life. Thanks for joining me for episode number 1. Look forward to seeing you for episode number 2, where we talk about those short on time tips for house cleaning and laundry. See you on the flip side.